Hey guys, how's it going? It's your friendly blue collar gamer here, and today I wanted to talk about something that's really been bothering me for, well, it's got to be over a year now that I've been thinking about making this video. But it's the issue with the fact that I have two accounts on Destiny 2, right? So most of you guys have seen me play on my Tanjiro account. That's max light level. I've got pretty much every gun in the game from Beyond Light to now. And then I have this account. This account is my original, well, not my original Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 account, but essentially I quit playing Destiny 2 right around when Curse of Osiris came out. Curse of Osiris then came out, and I had already sold my original Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 account. I made a couple $100 off of it because I had all the shaders, all the guns. Someone wanted it on eBay, so I sold it. I made this account because I saw Curse of Osiris came out. It looked kind of fun. It looked like they added new stuff in, so I made a new account, started going through it, realized that they didn't add anything that great. They didn't have random rolls and all the things that I was hoping they were going to bring back. So I ended up quitting again. Flash forward to Beyond Light, I came back and I could not, for the life of me, remember the email and password to get into this account. So I made a new account and I just launched it up from the start. And I got to the point where I had so many guns and so much stuff accumulated that it wasn't worth linking this and that account together to retrieve the few shaders and guns that I had on this account. The thing that really irks me is, as you can see, I have the Leviathan emblem on. I've clearly completed the Leviathan raid. I can go back into my collections over to the weapons section. I'm missing a couple of them. Obviously, I didn't do it 20 times. I did it, a handful of times. So, I've got the duty bound. I think I have, is there a scout rifle? I think there's a pulse rifle that I have too somewhere. The inaugural address. So, as you can see, I'm missing the midnight coupe, but I've got enough of them to show you that I've done it. I've got the mob justice there. I believe I have the shotgun as well, the zenith of your kind. That's from the dungeon though, I believe, or not dungeon, but it was call it a raid lair. It was a kind of undersized raid. But I'm missing some of them, and I have a bunch of them, right? So it's I think all you need to prove that you have completed it would be the emblem. But so my problem is that I don't have the Callus's selected shader. So if I go back into my collections here and I go to Flare, I go down to my raids, you see I've got both the emblems for completing the Leviathan raid and completing the Eater of Worlds raid. Right, they're both there. So then if I go over to my shaders, and I believe it's in activities. Yep, activities. So you can see, and here's another one. I also have Benevolence of the Nine, and I'll show you that after. But as you can see here, I have Callus's Elite, and the reason why I have it is because, and I read a very old TWAB that said that you had to have a loose shader in your inventory when they updated the shaders and how they worked, I guess. And if you didn't have a loose shader, so as in one that you could apply to a weapon because it used to have stacks of them, then you would lose that shader. And this really hurt for things like Callus is selected. As you can see, I don't have it, but I do have armor and weapons that have it equipped. And then to make my point even more clear, if I go here and I switch over to, I believe it's my Titan on this account, but we'll see. I believe it's my Titan. It should only take a second to switch over. You'll see that I also have the Trials of the Nine shader that you got. I don't believe it was from going flawless. I think it was just out of the chests as you played Trials, as Trials of the Nine, as you went up the 3 platforms, you could unlock the shader. I have Benevolence of the Nine, which is a great shader. It looks great. But the other Trials of the Nine shaders, as you can see, I haven't done anything this season, so I'm gonna have to kind of bear in mind that that's a thing right now. Maybe it's on my Warlock. Do I have to switch over to my Warlock? Is that what I'm understanding here? I might actually have to. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've been on this account. I played it a little bit during Beyond Light, but like I said, once I realized that I couldn't get those shaders back and that they were, permanently lost to me, I really didn't have a reason to get on this account. Like, there's no reason to play on an account that I was, really only getting back onto for that reason if it's not going to be there. Like, it was very disheartening. And the thing that I don't understand is that I think it's as simple as, if they were to go into the game, their data files, and see who has completions on those raids. It should just be as simple as, you should be able to log in on a Tuesday, and it should be in your postmaster, or it should be on your account, because there's no reason why an account that's completed those raids, has those raids complete, has weapons associated to the raid, shouldn't have those shaders. And it's a really big upsetting thing for someone like me, where I want to play on this account. I want to get it up to light level. I want to have a second account, and I want the nostalgia of being able to look at things that I earned 3 to 4 years ago. And instead I have to deal with the fact that I did complete it. I do have that thing done and the associated challenges with it, but I don't have the reward for it. So it's like FOMO times 10, because it's not like I actually missed out. I did complete these activities. I did do these challenges, but I don't have the rewards that I was supposed to have from that. And that's just, it's been picking at my brain for months on end, where it's just like, I don't understand, and I'm not a computer genius, so I won't sit here and say that I would understand even if you told me. But for the life of me, I don't understand why they can't find a way to allocate those shaders to the people that earn them. Here, so Honors of the Nine, this is another shader, and like you can see, it's right there. It's on my channeling threads. I've got my Trials ornament on it, and if you go through and you look down here, you'll see that there is no
Where is she?
shader. It's just not in my inventory. And I just made the mistake about 10 minutes prior to starting this video. I deleted an armor piece that had this shader on it, and I didn't get the shader because that's no longer the system. It doesn't work like that. I don't know why. I don't understand why they changed that, and that's the reason why I would love to show you the weapons and the armor that I had that Callus selected on. But I didn't know this change had occurred when I came back to playing. So I made the mistake of putting other shaders on those weapons, just assuming that if I had that shader on that weapon, I could then re-equip it. Unfortunately not, and unfortunately I've lost that. So I made sure to keep these boots with the Honors of the Nine to show my point that I obviously very, very much do have the shader. It's there on the armor, but it doesn't exist in my collections. And I think it's as... I'm not going to say it's as simple as anything, because, like I say, I am not a computer genius. But I don't see any reason why Bungie can't allocate some of their resources and some of their time to fixing this kind of a problem. I don't think that you can hide behind and say, oh, we warned you, we did this. I wasn't playing at the time. I was not playing Destiny 2 at the time. This account hadn't been touched. And to come back to playing and to have this all taken away from me, things that I worked very hard on. Like, I'm sure a lot of you remember your very first Leviathan raid, or your very first Eater of Worlds raid, and I'm not talking the 20th or 30th time you've done it, but I'm talking the very first time you did those raids. They were not easy activities. They were extremely hard and not very forgiving. Like, you really had to work to get those raids done, and LFG wasn't as easy as it is now. It wasn't as simple to find teammates and players that you want to play with. So, I really hope that Bungie can respond to this video, or at the very least, just do some sort of, background change and just slip those shaders into all the accounts that have completed the raid. I remember very clearly that if you completed the raid, you got the shader, so it should just be that simple, in my opinion. It should be, if you have a completion, you should have the shader permanently unlocked, as well as with the Trials of the Nine. If you have flawlesses, you should have the flawless shaders. If you have completions of games, you should have the simple shaders that came from it, from the chess. And to make it very, very clear where I stand on this line, if you have that shader in your account in one way, form, or another on a weapon, you completed the raid, you completed the activity, you finished the 3, 5, 7 win chest on Trials, whatever it was, in year 1, and you don't have that shader, in my opinion, that's a problem, and I think Bungie needs to address it as quickly as they can, and and just fix this kind of a thing, because I don't think it's fair nor right that I should have to wait who knows how many years until Bungie reintroduces the Leviathan raid and pray to God that they put the shader back into the raid. I just don't think that's right. I did the work to get it, and I'd really like it back so that I could at least use this account, have my second backup account, and be able to enjoy my nostalgia days where I want to use these shaders. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me. It's just a little bit of a rant. I'm really hoping you guys can share this video around if you are in the same position as me. You have these shaders unlocked. You know you unlocked them back in year 1, but you can't access them anymore. Maybe they're stuck on one weapon or one armor piece, and you really wish you could at the very least delete it and claim that shader. I don't know how many people out there feel the same way as me. I've talked to a couple of close friends that have the same problem, but I'm not sure how much of a widespread issue this is. So if this is an issue for you, make sure you share the video, make sure you like. I'd love a subscription if you don't mind. It always helps me to keep moving this channel forward and make more content. And yeah, guys, I hope wherever you are, you're having a good day or a good night, and that's goodbye.